Hi, how y'all doing? It is Monday, July 22nd, 11 minutes after 8 p.m. at the time of recording this video. YouTube has been extra slow here lately uploading videos. The last two I posted took quite a while to upload, so this may not actually hit my channel until sometime in the wee hours of tomorrow morning. But this is my next update. I try not to post too much. I don't want to post videos if I don't have anything pertinent to say. But things are moving, and there's been some changes and some updates, so I'll throw them out here. First of all, my new podiatrist, has said that the surgery went really well. He is very happy with the condition of the surgery site. It's closed up nicely. I'm not happy with it because it's a third of my foot gone, but it's at least in good shape. The large wound that I have on my heel, they have set up a wound vac, which, for any of you that may not know, I didn't know until they tried one on me a couple of months ago for when they removed the one toe. It's a specialized vacuum that is designed to pull any kind of fluid drainage out of a wound, and in doing so, it also encourages the wound to heal faster, because that wound is kind of shaped like a bowl. And what he wants to do is to try to get it to build tissue to fill in that gap, at which point he wants to do a graft, a skin graft. It wouldn't be like a skin graft like taking skin from me and from one place and putting it on my foot. They have these, they're like biosynthetic grafts. They're made, oddly enough, with like the lining of sheep stomachs. They actually used one of those on my left foot, and it worked out really well. And that's all healed up now. He said that if that doesn't work for whatever reason, then we will have to wait another 2.5, 3 months or so, because I'm on Plavix for the stent in my heart, and that was done about 2.5 months ago. So it'll be, a little over 3 months that we have to wait, because you can't stop taking Plavix for 6 months after you've had a stent placed. At the 6-month mark, you can stop taking it for a little while. He said at that point, we would stop the Plavix for like 5 days, and then I would come back in here, and they would do a procedure where they take muscle tissue from my calf to help fill in the bowl on my foot, and also some skin, and then cover it up. But that would be a procedure that would definitely require me to be off the Plavix. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I feel better. I'm still kind of grappling with some infection. I'm on antibiotics, and I have to be on those for the remainder of the month and all of August. I stopped the Current antibiotics August 30th, and they are IV antibiotics that I have to take every 6 hours. And I'm also on an antifungal, as they did some cultures from the surgery, and they said that there was a little bit of fungus growing in it, so I'm on an antifungal IV medication once every day, just to make sure that that's knocked out. I am also very likely going home tomorrow or Wednesday. Primarily because the doctors and the hospital have deemed me medically necessary, or medically stable once again, because I'm doing so good. They won't just keep me in the hospital. They say I no longer need their acute level of care. So it's either home with home health care or back to the skilled nursing rehab facility I was at before. And I want to go home. It's been 3.5 months, over 3.5 months since I've been home, and so many things have happened and changed, and I just got to get home. My mom has to go for a third ablation on her heart Thursday, and that has to be done at a different hospital in a different town, a good ways away from here, as well as a good ways away from where they live. But that's just how her heart doctor has everything set up, I guess. And my folks are the ones that are taking care of my house and my dogs, my cat. I don't have anybody else to do it. And my dad can't drive. And they wanted him to stay with me while this procedure took place, but it's better that he be by my mom's side. They've been together, 42 years, and at this point, neither one of them can barely breathe without the other. So, it's just better for them if he stays with her. I'll be all right. 42 years and no signs of slowing down. I wish we could all have that. Anyway, this procedure that my mom's got to have could be just overnight, but it could take, 2 or 3 days, depending on what happens and how she recovers. It could be longer. So I'm going to have to be able to go home anyway and take care of my house and my animals. I've got several ways to get around the house, and I've been practicing here at the hospital, getting around, bending down, picking stuff up, working on my balance. My folks, a couple of months ago, took out a small personal loan to buy me this specialized crutch that straps onto your leg. It's kind of like a strap-on peg leg, and you strap it on, cinch it down, and it basically allows you to walk if you can't put one of your feet down. And I can't put my right foot down, but I wear that thing, and I have been able to walk around my room and up and down the hall at the hospital without assistance. have to stop and take a break every now and then, and sometimes hold on to the walls. But walking around my house will be easier because there's more to hold on to. And a secondary, well, I guess third, but equally as important to me as anything else is I got 3 dogs, and I one of them is a 15-year-old Jack Russell. He's more than 15 years old. He actually belonged to my ex-wife before we met. And he's not doing good. He hasn't been doing good for a while, but my folks told me today that he's really not doing good. It's kind of funny because he and I have been like an odd couple. When I met my wife and we started dating and eventually moved in together, he hated my guts. I tried to, befriend him and gain his trust and bond with him over the months and then over the years. He loved my ex-wife beyond anything. That was his mama. She was his whole world. And all throughout the time we were together, he basically tolerated me. He didn't like me and her sharing a bed. He would always get in bed and get between us and, try to push me out of bed. Sometimes I would go to touch her, and if he was close to her, he would growl at me. And, I always did my best to put up with his attitude. Being a Jack Russell Terrier, he's already got a ferocious attitude. He thinks he's Godzilla. And when my wife left back in 2021, it hit him really hard. I told her, if you're going to do this and we can't fix this, there's nothing I can do. You need to at least take Cooper with you, the Jack Russell, because he loves you. He doesn't love me. You're it for him. You need to take him with you. And she didn't do that. She moved into a condo where they didn't allow pets. And even after the divorce was finalized and she moved into a house where she could have pets, she moved her then boyfriend's dog into her house instead of coming and getting Cooper. And for several weeks after she left, Cooper would go sit in the foyer of my house in front of the front door and just wait. He would do this every day at about 5:30 in the afternoon. Because he knew that around that time is when she would get home from work. And I would see him, first I would try to get his attention, try to get him to play or something, but he wouldn't be interested. And I would see him doing this, and he would just start to hang his head. And I didn't really know what to do for him, because he was going through, kind of the same thing I was. She was my wife. I loved her beyond anything else. I loved her beyond measure. And I couldn't accept or wrap my mind around losing her, and he couldn't either. And I remember one day I was sitting on the couch reading a book, back when I could still see well enough to read on paper. He came and jumped up on the couch and walked over to me and laid his head down on my thigh and just whined, he just crying. And I sat there and I just pet him. And I said, it's funny, you mean and nasty little SOB, always so nasty to me. And there were times where I wanted to donate you to the alligator farm for feeding time. But when it comes right down to it, who's the one still taking care of you and cares about you enough to keep taking care of you? And since then, he's not been quite my dog, but he's different. He still looks at me sometimes like, why the hell did I have to end up with you? But at the same time, I kind of feel gratitude from him, because I do take care of him. And I do my best to make him feel loved and wanted, even though I can't do that like she did, because she was just it for him. And my dad said today that he would be surprised if he makes it throughout the rest of the week. My folks think he's stopped eating because they don't see him eating when they're there. They try to get him to eat. He's got bad arthritis in his back legs. I get these CBD chews for pain and arthritis from Tractor Supply that I give to him, and that they've been given to him since I've been gone. And they help a lot. And I'm not, one of those people that, just because your dog is old and uncomfortable, I would go put him down, because it's family to me. And I mean, I wouldn't take my brother or my parents, and have them put to sleep because they were uncomfortable. If you're really suffering, that's one thing, but he's hasn't been, that bad. But the thing is he feels like his mom, my ex-wife, abandoned him. And I'm really worried that him and my other dogs and my one remaining cat feel the same way. I did have 3 cats. They're all rescues, and we always had the space and always made an effort to afford pet food, and I haven't been able to afford vet costs these past couple of years, but my animals have always been healthy, and I make sure they get vitamins and supplements in their food to keep them that way. But I had 2 other cats, and they have passed away in this time that I've been away from home. And they were both, they were youngish, they were middle-aged. One was about 7, the other one was about 5. And the older of the 2 was a little orange female. And my folks went over one day and found her passed away halfway up the stairs to the 2nd floor of the house. And my dad said that her left eye was like full of blood, like she had an aneurysm. And the other one passed away a couple of weeks later, and there was no outward signs that anything had happened, but she had been losing weight. And that ate me up, you know, because like I said, they're not pets to me, they're family. And you know, my dog Cooper, he's been through kind of the same thing I have, and I don't want him to pass away feeling like everybody just forgot about him, you know. So I'm going to go home, and I'm going to do the best I can with my foot. And deal with this upcoming issue that I don't want to deal with, but I at least want to be there for him. And I guess if I have to come back to the hospital, I will. So that's that. I'm about up to the storage limit on my phone, and again, the video's gone on long, so I'm going to end it here. If I learn anything more pertinent before I go home, I'll post another update. If not, I will probably, my next update will probably be when I get home. And instead of sitting in a hospital bed, y'all can see me sitting in my favorite rocking chair on my front porch. Thank you all so much. Everyone that's donated to my GoFundMe campaign, you have helped immensely. Help me set some stuff up to make it easier for me to get around the house that my insurance has been like, we don't think you need that. Thank you all to everyone that has commented and continues to comment with support and prayers and well wishes. And a couple of you that have flattered me and made me blush a little bit. My spile's not really that great though. Thank you so much. I will talk to y'all again a little bit later. Have a good night. Thank you.